Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Hail, strong damaging winds, and a lot of rain all popping up on Exact Track 4D radar as the storms move into southeast Michigan.
That's right. Initial estimates for power outages from these storms, more than 170,000 statewide, about 11,000 locally.
So now we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect basically for all of southeast Michigan. Start things off here at 6 with Brett Collar. Brett.
Yeah, not only are we seeing these strong storms with the line, but also out ahead of it, a couple of these isolated storms have prompted severe thunderstorm warnings. And like Devin just said, every county in southeast Michigan is currently under a warning. Now, if you're in Livingston County, you're pretty much in the clear. Western half of Washtenaw County, you're also in the clear. But you can see parts of Macomb County over towards the southern parts of St. Clair County seeing some very heavy rain, lightning, and thunder. I want to dive into these storms because they have had a history of being very strong, producing gusty winds, but also the potential for hail there as well. So as we pan down further, we can actually look inside the storm, and you can see that these storms are extending over 40,000 feet in height within the atmosphere. And anytime it's that high, the updrafts are very strong. There is the potential that some of these storms, again, could bring some of those strong gusty winds down to the surface with these downpours. So strong damaging winds continues to be our biggest concern, but we're also seeing signs of hail in a couple of these storms. Still, though, it's that line of showers and thunderstorms that continues to be our biggest concern. This main line moving to the north and east about 45 miles per hour is the biggest concern for those strong damaging winds. So we're talking in Bloomfield Hills in just a matter of moments, Beverly Hills in a couple of minutes as well, Lathrop Village about 5 after 6. And again, like Devin said, all of southeastern Michigan is under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's the orange boxes here until about 6:45 until 7 p.m. for some spots. But all of us here seeing the action the next little while. And we've got a little bit more rain for parts of the overnight as well. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit. Don't forget the Forewarn Weather app is your best friend along with watching us here on Channel 4. With it, tracking radar, hour by hour forecasts, all the information you need right there in the palm of your hand. Just search WDIV Weather.
Okay, Brett, thank you. Now to a story involving the Wayne County Morgue, a distressed widow, and a frustrated funeral home.
Local 4 investigator Karen Drew back with more. She got more tips on morgue mistakes, and now some good news.
We do have some good news, and I'm so happy to share this. Really life-changing news for a local widow who really suffered because of the mistakes at the morgue. Well, tonight, those mistakes are corrected, and someone came forward to help her out of her financial mess that was made worse by the morgue. And that's not all.
I sat at my desk, I cried for a few minutes. Then I said, well, I wiped my eyes. I said, well, I got to get going because I got to figure out something. So that's when I decided to call Karen Drew.
We met Celia a month ago. She couldn't get her husband's death certificate from the Wayne County Morgue and therefore couldn't get her survivor's benefits. That is, until we got involved. But Celia's troubles weren't over. Without those benefits, she couldn't pay her bills.
But I still had a problem with my DTE bill, so I'm still sweating bullets because I have my daughter and my 3 grandkids living here, and we don't want to be on the streets.
After our report, Celia's prayers were just answered.
And Salvation Army decided to pay the whole bill. So I was so grateful to them and to Karen for coming through for me.
And another update, James H. Cole Funeral Home came to us with this list after my last report. Families with deceased loved ones, some waiting for more than 2 years for their death certificates.
Any life insurance is not going to accept a pending death certificate.
I got to work. Just got word those death certificates have finally been processed.
Once a family gets that death certificate, it's almost that little bit of closure.
Closure for the families on this list, and finally, some closure for Celia.
And I appreciate everything everybody did for me. Now I can move forward.
You sure can, Celia. And all of those other families who have been waiting so long for those death certificates. Clearly, this should not happen. I exposed the issue months ago. Since then, Wayne County commissioners have decided to replace the medical examiner, Dr. Carl Schmidt. His last day is September 30th.
Interesting. These funeral home directors are kind of stuck in the middle. They're the ones that actually have to face the families.
Right. And it's really hard because they have to talk to the family one-on-one and, in a sense, take responsibility. It's not their responsibility, but they have to deal with them that way. And It's a financial burden. They can't get the life insurance. And then it's the emotional burden because a family needs closure. And sometimes they find out actually the cause of death through those death certificates.
That they haven't known for all that time.
That they haven't known. Some of these families are waiting 2 years. So we're bringing closure. We're getting some results. And we'll stay on top of it.
Cecilia, what a sweetheart.
I know, she
Right, yeah,
she's a darling.
Yeah. All right, Karen, thank you.
Yeah.
Mayor Duggan, Chief White, and other Detroit leaders coming forward today to speak about Sunday's tragic and terrifying shooting spree in which 4 people were shot seemingly at random. 3 of those people were killed and more lives could have been lost if not for technology helping police respond. Sean Lay is live with more of that part of the story tonight. Sean.
Kimberly, good evening to you. Investigators are telling me they truly believe this 19-year-old suspected gunman would have kept going here in the West 7 Mile area searching for victims if they hadn't used technology so early on a Sunday morning to help get the word out, to help track him down. A 19-year-old suspected active shooter with no criminal record. Has he killed before Sunday's deadly spree?
They're going to look at everything he touched, and they're going to track his actions. They're going to try to identify the moment he took possession of that weapon.
That first murder here at 7 in Wyoming at 4:45 Sunday morning. No one apparently heard it. No one called 911.
What we don't want to happen is gunshots to become commonplace in our community. We don't want to become desensitized to someone shooting in our community.
A second victim 30 minutes later, 3 blocks away. Police were called to that scene, and those officers eventually heard more gunshots. Shots that killed a 3rd victim on Livernois. Tests on shell casings confirmed 1 gun, 1 active shooter. Police checked green light cameras and got a photo of the suspected shooter out immediately. A text blast went out to people's cell phones warning people of the shooter. Homicide Commander Mike McGinnis says technology was used quickly and saved lives.
Undoubtedly, he was not done, right? I mean, he was in his home for that day, but the next morning he could have been back at it.
The city also called community leaders asking them to help warn people that there was an active shooter.
Some of them weren't aware, but we made them aware, go inside, it's still active right now. And, thank God it didn't last that long.
Back here live on Detroit's West Side, 3 families, however, absolutely devastated by what happened. But again, investigators believe there would have been more victims. And again, the suspected shooter, only 19 years old. Police are saying right now, no criminal record. They are getting some information from family about mental illness, much more as we continue to dig about who the shooter is. Live on the West Side, I'm Sean Lay, Local 4. Back to you.
What a relief. He's off the streets tonight. Sean, we appreciate it.
A mother of 6 facing charges in an alleged drunk driving crash that killed her 3-year-old child. Shelby Ellis of Inkster pleaded not guilty today to charges of child endangerment and operating while intoxicated causing death. Police say Ellis was going the wrong way on Inkster Road in Farmington Hills with her 6 children in the car when she crashed into another car on Saturday. The 3-year-old was not in a car seat and was killed. Her other children were taken to the hospital. They're now with a grandparent.
Well, as the world is learning to live with COVID-19, researchers continue to uncover new information about the longer-term risks associated with the virus. Multiple studies now show people who contracted COVID may be at greater risk for developing type 2 diabetes. A study of veterans found those who had tested positive for COVID were about 40% more likely to develop diabetes, even up to a year later, compared to veterans who had not had the virus. Other research found type 2 diabetes rose 77% in patients ages 8 to 21 during the first year of the pandemic. But the question remains, why?
In scientific terms, what we usually say is that we have shown an association. We have not shown any causation, right? So this is something that we are seeing that it kind of goes hand in hand, but we are not seeing, or we cannot prove right now that this is the cause of diabetes itself.
Experts say it's possible those individuals were already at greater risk for developing diabetes, and the virus tipped them over the edge. It could also be that more cases of diabetes are being reported now as long haulers are being more closely monitored by their doctors. As researchers dig deeper into the underlying reasons, experts say one thing is clear.
We're seeing a lot of consequences in terms of long COVID, in terms of other factors. So absolutely, vaccinations, boosters, and prevention remain the bedrocks for our fight against COVID.
That's right. And symptoms of diabetes can include excessive thirst and hunger, frequent urination, numbness in your hands and feet, or losing weight without trying. If you notice any of those symptoms, contact your doctor right away. Well, the pandemic has made back to school feel even more meaningful than before.
At 5 o'clock, we showed you the excitement in Detroit Public Schools as they returned. One of our crews was also at Melvindale High School, where seniors who've been through a lot since the pandemic began were raring to go.
You know, it's senior year, so I'm going to be applying to colleges, taking my SATs, writing some essays. So, you know, you want to get that done, but also since it's senior year, I want to relax a little bit and enjoy my time with my friends and just take in this last year.
It's really good because I feel like going through high school, our class specifically had a lot of worry, like we might be like the COVID seniors and not have a senior year. So being back at school is really a good relief for us.
You're going to be done here in a short amount of time. It's going to go like that.
This is going to be my year. I can tell that.
Got that right. It does go like that. The Oxford School District sharing images from the first start to the new school year there since last November's tragic shooting at Oxford High. Wildcats' first day back was last Thursday. The district says attendance was at 98%.
That's just fantastic.
Yep.
And Oxford Schools has adopted a theme of radiate and shine for this school year. We're told there were lots of hugs between teachers and students, and that members of the senior class met in the parking lot to watch the sun rise together. And, you know, we certainly wish everyone at Oxford, all the schools really across Metro Detroit, a safe and happy school year.
So right.
Yeah.